Not every appearance of wild boars results in immediate, visible damage. Sometimes it is only a few patches of soil turned over, a few rows of crops leaning after the night. Yet when footprints begin to recur along the same path, when that trail grows more deeply marked over consecutive nights, it is no longer coincidence. It is a pattern gradually taking shape. In many rural areas, wild boars demonstrate a remarkable ability to adapt to human production spaces. They do not simply search for food and leave. They remember which lights to avoid, which sounds to treat with caution, and they move in formations that allow them to observe one another. For this reason, setting a trap cannot stem from momentary impulse. Before any structure is installed, surveys are conducted over several consecutive days. Infrared cameras monitor familiar trails. Appearance timeframes are recorded in detail. Wind direction, sloping terrain, and distance to water sources are all carefully considered. The objective is not capture at any cost, but the development of a stable control strategy that limits conflict and minimizes unnecessary impact on the surrounding environment.
I got tape to that truck. Or zip tie. Which one?
The chosen solution is a closed-loop circular net trap. A steel frame is firmly secured to the ground. The net is suspended at a carefully calculated height so that, once activated, it can fully cover the central area. Bait is placed deep inside, compelling the entire herd to move completely inward rather than stopping at the perimeter. This is especially important, as wild boars rarely split from the group when they perceive risk. The first night of operation did not unfold as expected. As darkness fell, the first movements appeared on the monitoring screen. The herd approached, paused to observe, then dispersed to inspect every small detail. They maintained a surprising calm. A younger individual stepped closer to the bait, but an adult immediately signaled a warning. The trigger was pressed, yet it lagged behind their reflexes by a fraction of a second. Within mere seconds, the entire herd withdrew in an orderly fashion, leaving the trap empty. The following morning, the entire system was reviewed. No mechanical malfunction or structural damage was found. The cause lay in signal delay and sensor placement that was not yet fully optimized. The angle of approach caused part of the net to close out of sync with the herd's movement. The discrepancy measured only fractions of a second, but for a species that relies entirely on immediate instinct, every moment carries decisive weight.
I know it. That high side over there was a lot better, wasn't it?
Instead of attempting another run immediately, the operating team suspended the entire process. This was not hesitation, but a necessary recalibration. The trap was lowered by a few additional centimeters. The sensors were adjusted to fully cover the natural entry path. The activation system was tested repeatedly until the desired response stability was achieved. Every minor detail was refined, from the tension of the net to the precise closing moment.
Just getting something to put some cool water on it. Nice and clean. Alrighty.
3 nights later, the herd returned along the same familiar route. The surrounding environment showed no unusual changes. No suspicious elements emerged. Once the entire group had moved deep into the central area, the activation mechanism responded almost instantaneously. The net closed cleanly, without violent impact and without triggering widespread panic. The control process was swift and safe. The greatest value lay not only in that night's result, but in its long-term impact. The herd's familiar movement corridor was disrupted. Corn and soybean fields were no longer overturned each morning. Farmers could return to their daily routines without the quiet worry of accumulating losses.
There's corn right there. So it's in there.
When properly implemented, a wild boar trap is not a symbol of confrontation. It is a tool for maintaining balance. Effectiveness does not lie in the fastest reaction, but in precision and behavioral understanding. The most important lesson does not come from a successful operation, but from the first mistimed moment, when humans realize that equipment is only one component, while observation and adjustment form the true sustainable foundation. In a context where the boundary between productive land and the natural world continues to narrow, every decision requires careful consideration. And sometimes, the most appropriate choice is not immediate action, but waiting until every factor has been fully prepared.